Yeah, the excitement is, for me personally, is through the roof. Spring ball, kind of getting my feet wet, being here a little bit, was definitely exciting. But, being able to have the whole summer around these guys, get to know them more, get to know the playbook more, the whole offense, and all that, and then be able to come out here and kind of show the work that I've done all summer, my excitement's through the roof. And I know, seeing the way that these guys are running around today, seeing the smiles on these guys' faces and stuff, I know their excitement is the same way. Yeah, I think it's light years from where it was in the spring. I took the entire summertime to go back to watch all the spring cut-ups of myself, of the other quarterbacks, of the offense as a whole. And then after that, just going through the entire playbook, install by install, over and over again. Just Coach Johnson always says, learning the same thing over and over again, you can't get bored with that process. And I think all summer long, I just devoted my summer to, obviously getting stronger and faster, eating better, but the mental part. Because I knew after the springtime, that was the biggest thing for me, was making sure I had this offense mastered. And, I came out here today super confident and just had to continue preparing like I have been all summer for each practice, and I think it'll continue to go well.
Kenneth said he didn't sleep last night. Mel Tucker said he slept fast, whatever that means. How about you?
Fast. I slept a little bit. Me and Connor Hayward are roommates, so we kind of went through the practice script together today and said we were going to bed, and maybe an hour and a half later I got up to use the bathroom. He was still awake, I was still awake, so we went through the install again together. We were up still, so we went through it again together. We just kept talking about how excited we were to get back here. The summer is a true grind with the lifting and the running and all that, so being able to come out here and play football again and be out here with all of our brothers is what we've been working for all summer, and we were super excited for it.
Talk with Connor about being roommates with him, and obviously you guys are working together even into the late hours of the night. How does that relationship kind of blossom onto the field, and how great is it to have someone who's been here for a long time that you kind of really get the ropes from?
Yeah, I think it's huge, both on and off the field. I think on the field, he sees some things differently than I see from his perspective, and I can kind of pick his brain on those things. He can pick my brain on little things. But when we're lined up in the backfield together, I might be looking at one side and he might see a blitz from the other side and tell me. It's just little things. And we'll watch the film together so we can see those things. But having him on the field is huge. Off the field as well. I'm not used to being at a big school, a college town like this. And since I got here, kind of took me under his wing and showed me the ropes and showed me kind of the do's and don'ts here and all these different things about Michigan State, and showed me the true culture of this place. And that was super important to me. And I'm forever grateful for what he's done for me and will continue to do for me.
Kenneth talked a little bit about getting here in January and how you guys have brought along the other guys who have come since you. What kind of things have you tried to do to integrate those new transfers, and what kind of things did Coach Tucker and you guys talk about to iron out the process and make it a little smoother for those guys?
Yeah, when I got here in January, it took the first 2 or 3 days for me to really understand the culture here. It's a blue collar place. People come here every day to work. They're going to give everything they got every day and work towards the end goal, and that's super important. I think me personally, being a guy that's been in college for 5 years, all these new transfers and these young guys, I just try and tell them from my experiences, how important it is to take care of your body, how important it is to study the playbook every single day, whether you think you know it or not. You got to continue to study. How important the film work is, how important, eating and hydration is, all the things that I've learned in my 5 years of college, just trying to teach all these younger guys and all these new guys, those things that I've been through.
You've been through a lot of change, too, in those 5 years between coaches, coordinators. How does this rank in terms of basically having a half new roster and getting to have to know new faces all over the place?
Yeah, this is my 5th year. This is going to be my 4th offense I've had to learn and play in. And so for me, I'm kind of used to it at this point, as funny as that may sound. I know, the different ways it helps me to learn an offense and be able to compete and do all those things that I need to do. So I just try and help these young guys find a way that, everybody doesn't learn the same. So try and help them find a way that helps them learn everything better, helps them remember the playbook, and helps them be able to go out there and compete.
Anthony, you mentioned the do's and don'ts, and you went through a bunch of the do's. What are some of the don'ts in this program?
Some of the don'ts are definitely walking on the field. Can't walk on the field ever. Got to run everywhere. Effort should never be coached. Coaches are not here to coach you on effort. They're here to coach you on the technique, coach you on, the scheme and all that. They can't coach you on effort. And then the other thing with Coach Tuck is no flair. You can't have all the swag that these guys like to have. None of that, which I love. He's strictly football all the time. And that's how you have to be if you want to win a championship. And I think those are the big don'ts for us.
We also have Michael Dowell
This
over
is the most
there.
excited that he's been since his freshman year for day one of fall camp. And so where does that excitement come from, if you can explain to us, because we're not privy to all the inside stuff.
Yeah. To be honest, I think the big reason for the excitement is last year going through fall camp, every day you go out to practice, you didn't know, are we going to have a season? If we do have a season, how many games are we going to play? If we do play some games, are we going to have fans? Are we not going to have fans? Everything was kind of unsure. This year, we know, hey, we're playing football. We're going to have fans in those stadiums. We're going to be able to go out there and compete. We know we're going to have a full season. And all of that excitement, I told Connor yesterday when we walked in the building, I was like, I'm getting those little butterflies in my stomach, that camp feeling that we didn't get last year because of the uncertainty. And I think that knowing that we're going to have a full season and be able to compete for championships and do all that stuff just gets us even more excited this year.
You mentioned that you're light years ahead of where you were in the spring. In what ways did that show itself today? Did you feel that you demonstrated that today even?
Yeah, I think so. I think just being comfortable with the offense, seeing different blitzes, knowing the run checks, being able to make those checks and be confident with them. I think in the springtime, when I'd make a check, I was a little hesitant, wasn't sure if that was the right thing or not. Now I know it's the right thing. I can stand up there, make the check, say it loud, say it with my chest. And, that's the thing you need to do as a quarterback. You need to be able to, be loud, be vocal, show these guys that what you're doing, what they're doing, and you can run the show. And I think I was able to do that today and just have to continue to do it through the rest of camp.
What do you think of the size of this campus? You walk around?
It's massive. I tell people all the time, at Temple, I could walk across campus in 15 minutes. I still drive around and see places, and Connor's like, yeah, that's campus. I'm like, we're still on campus here? Like, it's ridiculous, but it's beautiful. I mean, in the springtime when I got here, the trees weren't really blossoming and all that stuff. It was real cold. Now I drive around, all these trees, flowers, everything. Campus is beautiful. I can't wait to see it on game day. That's what I'm most excited for.
I know that there's friendly competition of the quarterbacks, and we're going to ask about this every day. So get used to it.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
But you're a sixth-year guy. You didn't come here sit and watch. So
No, sir.
You're going to argue with us.
I'm as motivated as I've ever been. Like you said, I didn't come here to sit around. I came here to play. I came here to win a championship. My goal from the time I started college was to win a conference championship. I was never able to do that at Temple, and I have 1 year left, and this is the place to do it. And I'm confident that we're going to be able to do it. But I'm as motivated as I've ever been. I don't sleep at night sometimes because I'm so excited to get up the next morning to come here and work some more. And that just keeps getting more and more every day. It doesn't really dial down. If anything, it dials up every single day. So,
How much of your summer was spent on the mental side versus the physical side?
I'd say it was definitely a little bit more mental. I know the physical side, Coach Novak and his staff are second to none. They're the best in the nation. Amber, our nutritionist, is the best. So getting with them, I changed my entire body from the springtime to now. I lost about 5% body fat, lost about 14 pounds, which was huge for me. But like I said in the springtime, the mental part was the biggest thing. So I did that a little bit more. Every morning I'd come in, watch a little bit of film, go to my lift and run, and then head back and either go through an install or watch some more film, because at the end of the day, you can be in the best shape of your life, but as a quarterback, if you don't have it between the ears, if you don't have it mentally, and you don't have an offense mastered, you're not going to be successful. So that was the biggest thing for me.
Do you still feel like a transfer at this point, or are you kind of fully comfortable with it?
Yeah, I'm fully comfortable at this point. I'd say maybe 2 or 3 weeks I felt like a transfer here. Then I started to learn everybody's name. Everybody started to learn my name. They were very, very inviting here, kind of took me in with open arms, took all of us transfers in with open arms, and that was super important. That kind of stuck out to me here. It's like, I've seen a lot of places where a guy would transfer in. It's like, hey, that's a transfer, whatever. Here it was, guys bring it on and off the field. Hey, come hang out with us, come get to know us, all that stuff. And that's why we have such a tight group here and such a family atmosphere here.
Candace says he's still learning the fight song. Where are you in that?
I'm right with them. I'm still learning. I think they said one day during camp the transfers are going to have to get up in front of the team and sing it. So me and Ken are going to have to get some vocal practice in or something.
How comfortable are you with the receivers now compared to the spring? Reed, Naylor, White, what do you think about those guys?
Yeah, I think they're tremendous. I think being able to throw with them in the summer, we did a ton of, just throwing routes on air, doing 7-on-7 against the defense, doing 1-on-1s, and then even coming in at nighttime and getting extra work. Being able to get that timing down is huge. And the biggest thing with these guys is they're playmakers. All you have to do is get the ball in their hands, and they're going to make something special happen with it. If you get the ball near them as well, their catch radiuses are are big time. So if you get the ball near them, you know, they're going to make a catch for you. They're going to make a play for you. So my job is just to distribute it to them and let them do the rest.
Anything else for Anthony?
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.